morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to wherever you all are in the world, but I'm assuming all of you are in India just now, to the students of BITSPilani. It's really nice to be able to talk with you and share my journey as a social entrepreneur. But the most important thing, I thought of what could be the one message I could give you all to take away in this talk. And I think the main message I would like to talk about is collaboration and not thinking about going things in your journey on your own. So moving from basically a very deep-rooted Indian philosophy where we say Sarva Deva Kutumba, or the world is a family, or however we look at it, that means that we are interconnected, like be it in the forest, be it in family, be it however. And that means that whenever we are trying to do something, we need to be able to do it together. So for me, and what the one message I would like to give is, let's collaborate. And through collaboration, if you want to make change, we have accelerated change. And I think that's what we will look at. So when I was very young, a bit like you all, now I'm an old lady, so it's different. But when I was young, like all of you, I wanted to start my first enterprise, which was Childline. And when I started, it could have been easy. We could have set up one number, and Tata Institute, it was incubated from an academic institute, Tata Institute, it's very reputed. We could have built a product out of Tata Institute without taking anyone along. And it would have been as big a brand name. But as a choice, and this came because I was listening to my street kids, as a choice, we decided to do it as a collaboration. Street kids wanted to travel Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, wherever in the world, not in the world, okay, wherever the train took them. And so they wanted something. And then for us to grow, it would be a lot of administrative costs if we had to do that. So within the DNA of Childline, we put in the DNA of collaboration. And that was really, really something which today makes Childline what it is. Because today Childline has over 1,000 core partners and many, many more additional partners whom we work with in the ecosystem. And by doing that, we almost have a child protection ecosystem which can rely on each other. And with that, we are able to help millions of phone calls. Childline today receives over 10 million phone calls in India with multiple languages and everything that happens. So I think this would not have happened without the power of collaboration. The power of collaboration with civil society, the power of collaboration with the government, and the power of collaboration with foundations and corporate sector. So as you see in a very small example, collaboration is something which takes place. Fast forwarding from Childline, I went global. We did the same principle. Moving to a lot of others, I'm going to talk about Catalyst 2030, which is something which we have just incubated through One Family Foundation. Catalyst 2030 is a net which was started by leading social entrepreneurs from across the world. These were entrepreneurs like myself who were of the firm belief that together we can achieve so much. Individually we can achieve so much. Together we can accelerate right here. So they all came together and said, let's try to work together, give our best to accelerate the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. And when we hear all the collective power, today it started with a WhatsApp group. There were barely, I think, at that time, 60 of us. And today it has grown into a network of 1,200 plus members from across the world. And now we have leading social entrepreneurs, but we also have young people who are starting enterprises with older people, coaching them. So it's evolved into now a leading social movement of social innovators. And because we kept collaboration and innovation at the core, we have with us not just social entrepreneurs who started it, but we have academics, we have foundations, we have corporates who are willing to join, and even governments who are collaborating. So what's happened is that it has risen from the needs of people and collaboration into something really big. In 2 years, Catalyst, I can say for myself, has been able to impact the lives of more people than I ever could individually have done, because Catalyst was able to have people coming together. So let me give you a small example from what Catalyst is able to do. And there are many such examples. Initially, we started as a global movement, but realized that if we have to really change the sector, we need to move local. So our Catalyst India chapter was the second chapter which set up, and it's looking at how can it get the social sector in India to move? How can we change the narrative, especially given the current times which are happening in India? It has, during COVID, the whole sector came together. They had multiple initiatives. They were helping each other. Be it for small thing, I have free meals to distribute, but I don't have a car. Oh, yeah, you can use my car for the distribution too. I need staff for this. And everyone was helping each other. So we could do immediate crisis intervention, which was happening with COVID. And now we can look at more policy dialogue, how we are able to take it. And this is the sector coming together to make things happen, to shape things, to concretize things, and to move it. So that's one major thing. And if those of you who really have an enterprise and want to look at, you all can always reach out to Catalyst in India, or maybe BITSPilani with all its technical support. You all can give internship support to Catalyst India, or however you all want to do it, and help shape the future of the sector. At a global level, one of the issues, and like India now, we are moving to country chapters. And normally, if you have an office, you have to have lots of money to set up. Catalyst doesn't, but even then we were able to get 19 country chapters off the ground very, very fast within a period of 6 months. That's because our entrepreneurs at the ground were leading fantastically, and they were able to take it. And so now globally, we are looking at how to make that into a formal sector in a different way. But moving, another concrete example is Catalyst entrepreneurs said, let's charge. Funding is a very, very difficult thing for all entrepreneurs. So let's come together to not look at my organization's funding, but funding for the whole sector. So they have now come up with a plan, and they've already started influencing funders on how they could look at funding differently, how money could go directly to entrepreneurs, what they need to do differently, and trying to shape their funding mindset. So these are just two examples of how Catalyst is collaborating. And I'll give a third and end over here. Catalyst members came together to form something called Catalyst Markets. It's in a very, very early stage, but where instead of having many small local producer groups, we are all coming together under one umbrella. And then we hope to be able to give very good products to the people. Go and check it out. It's a beta still, but it's going to grow. And again, Catalyst Markets, from the idea to conception, with almost no money, we were able to kick it off very fast because of the power of the collective. I'm not going to go on, but as I wind up, I can go on and on with lots and lots of stories and go on. But as I wind up, I just want to give you one message. Whatever you do, just remember you're a drop in the ocean. So let's not try to think, I'm going to go about this alone. Just try to think of how you can work with everybody. And together, by collaborating, you will be able to achieve your dreams, be it in business, be it in the social sector, wherever it is. So with this, my message is, I'm not alone. I have friends, I have support, I can collaborate, and together we can change the world. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the luck that you can have. Thank you.